Welcome to your first lesson. In this lesson, we'll walk through the editor to get you comfortable building within it. If you haven't already, head over to wixstudio.com and log in or sign up to ensure you're on the Studio platform. Once you're in the Studio workspace, click the button up top to create a new site. If you want to pause the video and take a moment to check out our beautiful templates or wireframes for inspiration, go ahead. But when ready, I'll meet you in the editor with a blank canvas and we'll dive right in. As the editor opens, you'll see we have only one page, a header, a blank section, and a footer. There's really only three main areas of the editor that we need to get familiar with in order to start designing or editing if you're using a template, and that's what we're going to talk through now. So we have the left-hand toolbar, the right-hand toolbar, the inspector as we call it, and then this top toolbar. This is where we can choose from which device type we'll be editing for. We call it breakpoints. It's really just a fancy word for what size screen that we were going to be working on. But this is very important. This is how we make sure our site is fully responsive across all screen sizes. We start by designing fully on desktop, then make any changes we need to on the tablet, and then finally make any changes to mobile. This is because of what we call the cascading rule. We'll cover this more in future lessons, but by doing this, we make sure that our site looks great on any device that's viewed on. Next, in our left-hand panel, this is where we find all the tools to design our site. In this course, we're going to build our sections out from scratch so we fully understand how to use the editor. So for this, we can just start with Quick Add from the Add panel and add things like images or buttons or text. For future sites, if you're wanting some inspiration or starting points, you can go to the sections or wireframes that are fully responsive and great for all kinds of pages on your site. Once you understand some of the more advanced features, you can actually even get into some of these interactive sections like sticky, hover, and click. We'll cover these more in a future lesson, but just know these are available here. This Add panel is also where you'll find useful layout tools and containers, as well as text and buttons and media to add to our site. We'll dive in deeper to these panels as we start building out our landing page. If we move down the left-hand side, we'll find our Layers panel for the current page that we're on, Pages panel, where we can easily add additional pages. We have our visual sitemap, our site styles, or customizing our fonts and colors. Then our media, where we can upload our own to use or search the library of great media from Wix, or even our partners like Unsplash or Shutterstock. And then finally, we won't need them for our landing page specifically, but we can also find our App Market, My Business tab, CMS, and Developer sections that you can check out on your own time to extend the functionality of future sites you build using Wix Studio. The last panel is our right side panel, the inspector. We'll see more of its functionality as we start building out the site, as the options that you see in it depend on what you have selected. For sections, we'll have controls like sizing, responsive behaviors, layouts, and padding. And for things like text elements, we'll also get alignment, design tools, docking, and margins. These settings will all be key to make sure our site remains responsive. So as we build out the landing page, you will learn more about them. All right, I think it's time to start building. In the next lesson, we're going to start designing our hero section. Feel free to use any of the free Wix media in the media library. But if you have your own media or brand assets you want to use while building your site, now is a great time to upload them. You can head over to the media tab and upload any images or videos. And if you have specific fonts or colors you'd like to use, go ahead and set those up in the side styles now. When you're ready, I'll see you in the next lesson.